Dear Republican voters, how much more is it going to take? 73 minutes. That's how long they stood outside Uvalde waiting for him to unload his gun into children. 73 minutes. And for that, 21 children and 2 teachers died. They wouldn't let the parents go in, but they sure as hell weren't going in either. They got their kids out. That's all they cared about. But we're supposed to back the blue. Back the blue. I've been married to a cop for 26 years. And even he is disgusted. He works every day to make sure that his department does better and is better, and all of the decisions that are made for the right reasons. He combats every day the culture of law enforcement, trying to make a difference in the lives of people around him. But he's one man. Just one. And you guys would have him beaten and left bloody on the steps of the frickin' Congress because you don't care that he's a cop. You don't care that he's a human being. You don't care that he has a family. You don't care. You don't care about anybody but yourselves. You're so selfish. It sickens me. It really does. It sickens me how selfish you people are. Things that are none of your business, you got your nose so fucking deep in that you can't even breathe. You're breathing out somebody else's ass. Because you stuck your noses where they don't belong. Other people's homes, other people's private lives, other people's doctor's offices, other people's bedrooms. You don't belong there. You never have. Your religion is your religion. Keep it to yourself. Keep it out of the government. It doesn't belong there. Look what's happening. You guys have allowed these evangelical foundations like the Heritage Foundation and the Freedom Foundation, Moms for Liberty, to corrupt everything. Everything for lies. Lies upon lies upon lies. You call transgender people and drag queens groomers when 95% of all child predators are heterosexual men. Pastors, youth pastors, football coaches, baseball coaches, Boy Scout leaders, priests, politicians, cops, teachers, all predators, all heterosexual. 95%. Yeah, 95%. Of that, transgender gender people who commit crimes against children, 0.0001. Less than 1%. Yeah. And drag queens is even less. But you don't believe in facts, so we don't give you facts any longer. We just argue with you until you shut up. Because you don't believe in facts. You don't believe in education. You don't believe in proof. You don't believe in anything except what Donald Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Fox News tell you to believe. And you wonder why we call you a cult. You guys don't stop and think about the things you say. There's some guy on here the other night saying, yeah, Donald Trump wins election. Even if Donald Trump goes to prison, and he can still run for president. He's going to have a felon in the White House? Really? Do you think about the ramifications of the things you say and do? Do you even care? Do you even care that he will be a felon by his own doing? Because he's the one that signed the bill to make it a law and make it felony to mishandle classified documents. he sure did. And we do not even know the beginning, the depth of what he did, because we don't know who he sold secrets to. Guarantee you, Vladimir Putin got some. Guarantee you, Saudi Arabia got some. Probably Turkey as well. Maybe Oman. But you guys don't care. A man who will not piss on you if you were in fire in his front yard can get away with anything. But heaven forbid some Democrat do something. The world's going to end and you're going to lynch us all. That's what you do. That's what you say. That's the attitude that you have. You don't care about anybody but yourselves. You don't even care about your own children. If you did, you'd be demanding gun law reform. Because your children go to school in fear. Whether they tell you that or not, that's what happens. Because children are afraid. When they don't have control of their environment, they are afraid. And they don't have control of their environment. Hell, the teachers don't even have control of their environment. They're not allowed to teach anything but the curriculum that is laid out in front of them. They're not allowed to have books. They're not allowed to discipline a child. They're not allowed to do anything that's going to upset mom and dad. They're not allowed to read to them about specific things. They're not allowed to talk about specific things. They can't mention gender. They can't mention pronouns. But they can't have a gun. Yeah. Makes no sense, does it? You can't trust them to educate your children, but you'll trust them with a gun. Yeah. That's one of your favorites. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you wrap your head around that much crap and believe it. I don't. Meanwhile, they're gutting our education system at the state's levels, trying to force everybody to send their kids to either a parochial school or a charter school because they have investment money in there, or they're just going to put them to work. 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds working in factories, dying in factories. This is like before 1905 crap, guys. This is like Civil War crap. They're going to make our children go to work. Our children. Your grandchildren. Your great-grandchildren. They won't be educated. They won't even be able to compete on an international stage. If they're lucky enough to get an education, it's because they have money. Because there won't be an education for poor kids anymore. They're going to make you pay for it. Even though this is the richest country in the world, and we could have everybody in this country educated and never even fucking break a sweat. They're going to fucking put our kids to work. Because the corporate overlords decree it. They're going to get rid of abortion because they got to keep those bodies moving through the assembly line. The more bodies we have, the more we can fill the war machine. The more we fill the war machine, the more happier the corporate masters are. Yeah. You guys don't stop and think about these things. You don't stop and ask yourself, well, what are they doing for me? I don't care how you vote. I don't. But ask yourself, what are they really doing for me? And then look at the true record. Democrats aren't lying to you. They're not. You may think they are, but that's because you're listening to the talking heads at Fox News, or OAN, or Newsmax, or Truth Social, or Parler, or wherever it is you get your news. Instead of actually doing some research and trying to find out the truth for yourselves, you let other people do your thinking for you. Which, hey, if that's your kink, knock yourself out. Frankly, I think it's despicable. I think you're despicable. You are. You don't care about anybody else's children but anybody else's children's. You don't care about anybody but yourselves. You're so selfish and greedy that you think you're going to get a bite of the apple. You're not invited to the table. Think about that.